Hey there, welcome to Fun Running Insider Circle here with Michelle. So glad you guys could join us tonight. I wanted to go through a few things with you all to get started. First of all, who am I? And first, I want to start off saying I am a realistic runner. To me, it's all about getting real and staying real. Well, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I am not a mega runner. I don't run 20, 30 miles a day. And I don't live, eat, and breathe running. What I do is just run to stay in shape and stay healthy. I've said it before, I'm a realistic runner, not an extreme runner. Um, some of you may be asking, well, when is the best time to start running? Do I do it now or should I have done it years ago? The fact of the matter is, it's never too late to start running. No matter what your age is or what your size is, it's never too late to start running. One thing that I do recommend that you do is research before you start a running routine. You see it all the time with medical advertisements, any kind of health or fitness CD or DVD that you see on TV, they always recommend that you talk to your doctor first, and I'm exactly the same way. You don't want to start something strenuous on your body unless you know um, that it's safe that it is something safe for you to do. Um, Also, you want to make sure you know your stuff. Anything done improperly can hinder your results no matter what you do. You wouldn't go and try to put a dresser or an armoire together without reading the directions first. Now, I do understand some of you might be saying, oh, I do that all the time, and that may be true, but you get my point. Okay, so let's talk about what lies ahead. First off, whether you're a new runner, an experienced runner, or just someone who likes to run for fun just periodically, you know that there are going to be mental barriers that you're going to have to deal with. It's very important that your mind is healthy so that it can push your body to go as far as you need it to go. Something else that I'm going to be talking about is proper running attire. It seems very simple to say, oh, I'm just going to grab on a t-shirt and a pair of shorts, and that's what I'm going to run in. Well, yeah, I guess t-shirt and shorts does make sense. What I'm specifically talking about is your shoes, because it's very, very important to have good running shoes. We're also going to be discussing juggling different kind of running terrain, avoiding the rocky road, as I've put on here. There are different kinds of terrains: asphalt, pavement, and even some of you may be some trail runners out there, so we'll definitely talk about that. I'm also going to cover some stretching techniques. If it ain't broke, don't break it. What that basically means is if you don't have a good stretching routine, um, you're going to find that you're going to have a lot more injuries a lot sooner, and ultimately that'll completely take you out of the game. So you want to be very careful to make sure that you're stretching properly. And yes, just like I said before, when you want to research before you start running, you also want to make sure you're doing the right stretching techniques so that you don't pull anything or injure yourself any um, at all. And also, very, very important is proper nutrition. Um, so many people work out all the time, they do everything they need to, and they just don't lose the weight. And it all boils down to, what are you eating? Some people don't eat enough, and some people eat way too much or eat the wrong things. So we're going to talk about that as well. Okay, dealing with mental barriers and dealing with the I can't brain. Have any of you ever been out there running and you go out and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna run 4 miles today. It's so pretty outside. And then you get about half a mile into your run and you think, I can't go any farther. It's too hard. That is so easy to jump to, so easy to do. I've done it a million times. You want to deal with that I can't brain. Start thinking in small, short-term goals. Yard by yard is hard, inch by inch is a cinch. Don't focus on, I've got 3 more miles to go, or I've got 2 more miles to go, because that's when you will be dealing with the I can't brain. And you'll say, I can't go 2 more miles. I can't go 3 more miles. So focus on step by step. And I've said before on my Facebook fan page that you want to deal with minutes if you're feeling that mental barrier. Focus on the minutes you're running and not the distance. And most importantly, this is so important for my personal running. I realize some people just cannot run with partners, and that's totally going to be a preference. I have got to have accountability partners. If I don't have someone running with me, I may do half a mile and just give up. That is just one thing that I personally struggle with, and that's why it's so important for me to have an accountability partner. And it really helps you to do a lot more than you would have originally planned to do in the first place. Okay, now running attire. I've said it a million times. Stress on shoes. You want to be sweet to your feet. I mean, think about it. What is the first thing and the only thing that touches the ground is your shoes. If you don't have proper shoes or you cause injury to your feet in any way, you guessed it, you can't run. You want to make sure you have proper running attire for whatever train you might be running on. I do have links to a website that can help you find your shoe fit, and I'd be happy to share that with you. And I can repost that on my Facebook fan page. Um, Weather attire. You want to be sure if it's too hot or too cold that you're dressed appropriately, specifically because you don't want to be out in the freezing cold and have your body kind of go into shutdown mode because you're just too cold and you're not wearing the proper attire. But you also you want to be careful if you're sweating too much. That goes into the whole thing about getting sick if you're sweating and it's cold and you're wet, you know. Dealing with chafing, that's a big one. Avoid being rubbed the wrong way. I've posted a few things on the Facebook fan page about there's Body Glide, Vaseline, um, those Aquaphor, someone has said before, that are great for dealing with chafing. So you may want to check into some of those. And just my best advice is that you just do trial and error. Try one thing. If it doesn't work, move to the next. If you have something that's working for you, stick with it. All right, different terrain. So Um, sidewalks. A lot of people, you have sidewalks in your neighborhood, you're going to run on sidewalks. There's really the main thing that I want to say about those is just to be careful about different heights of some, because sometimes they can be cracked. Well, they're all cracked, but you know what I mean. Sometimes there can be cracked, you trip over rocks, etc. So just pay attention to that. Asphalt. Black ribbons will make you a pretty package. Um, Basically, when you're running on the asphalt, which is typically a street or a road, you want to make sure that you're running against traffic and that um, people can see you, oncoming traffic can see you. Um, Also, asphalt can be a little bit softer, and I know that sounds really strange, but it can just be easier on your joints. So, if you have the choice, it's best to stay clear of the sidewalks and run on asphalt. Trail running can be so amazing. If you can do trail running, do it when you can. I love the scenery, being able to see just nature and being one with nature. For me, it just helps kind of get in my own settings and just I focus more on what's around me than, oh, I've got, however many more miles to run. And they do have some good trail running shoes. If you're running on the trail more frequently, I would suggest that you do get some trail running shoes that will be good on your ankles for the different terrain. Stretching. When to stretch? It's definitely not when you're describing your best run time. What I mean by that is some people like to stretch before you run. I recommend that everybody stretch after they run, but you don't want to stop running and then just go ahead and start stretching. You want to give your muscle time to cool down so that you don't pull anything when you are stretching. So make sure that you're doing a good cool down after your workout. Each stretch that you do, you want to make sure that you are holding that stretch for 7 seconds. And then after that 7 seconds, you want to lean into the stretch a little bit more for 7 more seconds. And I um, have some stretches that I would be happy to share with you to make sure you're doing them properly. Benefits of stretching, it's very simple. If you take care of your muscles after you stretch, I promise you that they will pay you back and be thankful for it. You'll be able, your flexibility is very important. It just helps with future runs and it helps prevent injury. So make sure you're doing that. Proper nutrition. Importance of pairing. It's so important to to pair nutrition with your workout routine. I went several months, I just was working out like crazy. Well, when I would do my monthly weigh-ins, I had 3 monthly weigh-ins and I do measurements as well. And I was exactly the same. I hadn't changed at all. What I found out was I was actually not eating enough calories. Every time that you work out and you burn those calories, you want to make sure that you're replenishing your body with those calories because your body's already working to burn them. Basic caloric intake, what is right for you? That is something that I'm not a nutrition specialist and I'm not a doctor. So you want to make sure that you ask your doctor or if you have a personal trainer, ask them what is right for you. Typically, you can actually Google something like that and check that out. I would suggest you do that with your height and weight. Everyone's going to be different. And most importantly, just sticking to a plan. Surefire ways to ignore those tiny voices of discouragement. There's going to be times when you start a new nutrition plan, whether it be carb free, sugar free, or just lowering your caloric intake. You are doing something different that your body has been doing for a long time, which in turn causes you to feel a little stressed out and your body's craving that normal stuff. Make sure that you stick to it. That's another way that an accountability partner will be good for you. So let's talk a little bit about the Insider Circle. What is Insider Circle? Insider Circle is a monthly membership club where you will learn the latest information in the world of running that you can benefit from on your very next run. Join your fellow Inner Circle club members in sharing information while getting full support during your running and weight loss journey. I am here to help you. I am here to steer you in the right direction, whatever you need. It's basically going to give you full access to me instead of having to wait for me to respond to you on Facebook. I typically try to be very good at responding to my emails, but Insider Circles will definitely get top priority. What you will get in the Insider Circle, you'll get my ultimate fun running guide. It's the top 15 frequently asked running questions. I have researched them all. I have personally done them all to make sure that it's a good product, and you will really enjoy that. Monthly newsletters with the latest running tips. So every month I'm going to be sending you a newsletter with the latest running tips, reviews, etc. Every week we'll be sending out recipes that are quick and simple, easy and affordable, and they won't be something that you cannot pronounce. And most importantly, the daily email support so you can get a hold of me directly. So thank you so much for tuning in with us. If you have any questions, email me. That's the end.